What's up, everyone? It's the Tyrant here. Today I'm going to show you something really fun here. This is basically a dream come true for me. So this idea is Firefight essentially for Halo Combat Evolved, but not just any Firefight. So if you're on, this is on the map Blood Gulch, obviously. If you're on the red team like I am now, you have Marines fighting by your side. If you're on the blue team, you have Covenant. That's right, you have Grunts, Jackals, you have several different types of elites, as well as Hunters. And so I have a game of CTF here. I'm going to see if I can actually capture the flag. You Marines have assault rifles, sniper rifles, and rocket launchers. You'll also notice that some Marines are in vehicles. They can't actually drive the vehicle, so that's kind of a shame, but that's quite all right. You can still hop in a vehicle, and the Marines will hop in with you, and you can drive around the map that way. So this is pretty tight. Now, I didn't actually make this one. The groundwork for this particular mod was done by Ponzer. I did a little, I added a few things to it just to sort of make it something more in line with what I wanted to play. But even standalone, this is pretty rocking. Now, you can obviously change some of these out. If you wanted to play with Flood, you can. But for me, the Covenant dynamic is far more intense and just so much better. I mean, look at all these Covenant on the field. Now, my shooting is terrible. I do apologize. I've never been that great when it comes to aim for first-person shooters, but I'm keeping an eye out on there because I see that camouflaged elite. You see we got the elite miner there and the major who's backing him up. And yeah, that didn't take too long. And so when you die, it says that you're killed by the Guardians, which obviously, if you remember from the original trilogy, whenever you died, but it didn't quite register how you died, just by in-game mechanics, it'll say that you were killed by the Guardians. So we're going to check out this rocket warthog over here and just see how accurate this thing is when going over there. So obviously my goal is to see if I can capture the flag. The Marines are sitting there just waiting for you, right? And so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to see if I can bypass these guys. This is probably my second favorite map. Whoops, sorry, dude. He kind of barrel rolled right into me right there. This is pretty much my second favorite map in all of Halo, with my first being Sidewinder / Avalanche. I'd love to see if I can get a mod going on one of those two maps. Well, obviously for Sidewinder, since this is Halo Combat Evolved, but getting the same basic concept here. One of the really cool things that you'll notice about this mod is that what happens here is when the Marines and the Covenant spawn, they slowly start moving towards the center of the field and engaging each other, which is pretty cool. And they can push up either way. So the Marines can start pushing towards blue base, or the Covenant can start pushing towards red base. And it's just the dynamic changes throughout the entire thing. Now, the reason why I refer to this as Firefight is because both the Marines and the Covenant continue to respawn throughout the entire match here. So you can stay here and you can kill Covenant, or if you're on the blue team, you can go after the UNSC as long as you want to. This is completely ongoing, which is pretty spectacular. Now, I'm trying to see if I can just get enough of the Covenant here out of the way so I can go ahead and see if I can just take on the base. But you see, there's a bunch of camouflaged elites here, which is making this really difficult. And of course, I just had to park just so that I could barely get in there, but I did manage to get the flag. All right, so we're going to see if I can. Well, that's not safe. Definitely can't go out that way. All right, there's the Grunt there. He's only got a needler, so that's pretty easy. And in terms of what difficulty this is set on, I'm not really sure. I would take a wild guess and say heroic. I don't think it's quite legendary just because I've made it out this far. That didn't take too long. At least I got the flag somewhat back there. I got it out of the base at least, so that's something. And all the Covenant are just sitting there. That elite's like, okay, let me return the flag. So yeah, so this is what this basically is. Look at the Marines. Some of them are staying back to guard the base. Others are actually moving forward to engage the Covenant. So you have tons, and look, there's no lag here at all. Now, if you're wondering, can this be played with another person? Can you actually have teams on both sides? My understanding is yes, you can, but they have to have the same exact map downloaded for that. Now, if you're also wondering why the assault rifle is shooting plasma bolts, I wanted this to be sort of like a laser battle. One of the things I might do later on is see if I can go back and transform the sky and just to see if I can make it nighttime. There is a map in Halo PC with the nighttime sky, like in Truth and Reconciliation, called Japhyrophobia, which stands for the fear of bridges. That's what it means. And so I would like to see, ultimately, if I can bring that back. I've done it before a long time ago, so it might entirely be possible to do that again. It's just I've got to sort of refresh myself with Halo map tools. But once I get that in place, one of the cool things about having the assault rifle shoot the blue plasma from the turrets, the blue-purple plasma, and while the Covenant are shooting their guns, is you have all these like little laser lights going on while the map is at night, which is pretty cool. Now, if you make the map at night, you still need to actually darken Blood Gulch a little bit, otherwise it'll be all lit up just like it is right now, but with a night sky, so it's going to look very artificial. But you can actually change and alter the lighting of the map itself, which is pretty cool. So right now my Marines have advanced pretty far to blue base. They're already overlooking it. There's not a lot of Covenant here, so I'm going to see if maybe I can go up the top way. I think there's a camo elite here, so that's not going to... And the plasma's slowing me down. That's not really helping very much either. I'm going to see if I can get this grunt. Wait for my shields to recharge. There we go. And try to make a break for it. Maybe I can get to the teleporter if I'm fast enough here. Well, there's an elite there. Can't do that. Oh. So, but maybe I can get back in the Warthog. So yeah, you have all sorts of different elites here. The one elite that I didn't see was a gold elite, but that's probably a good thing at this point, because do we really need that when we have camouflaged elites that shoot rapid fire plasma at you? So... yeah, pretty much, except for the gold elites, you have every type of Covenant in here, and they just infinitely respawn, and they just basically try to take the center of the map, and they will progress further if they can. Man, I'm a terrible shot. I'm trying to take out this elite, but I'm doing this on a mouse without a... doing this with a mouse and keyboard, but not with a mouse pad, is really kind of... ugh. It doesn't work out too well, but that's okay. Oh, there's the camo elite. We're going to take him down. He doesn't have the silver tone that I'm used to in the campaign, but that's all right. It still accomplishes the same thing. Whoop, okay, there's another one. Fortunately, with this turret ammunition here, oh, it's a special ops elite. Okay, that's why. So I love the way that they actually made the special ops elite here the same type that you see in later Halo games, because what's interesting about Halo 1 is they're not really special ops elites. They're strike team elites is how they refer to them, and they're the only ones with black armor in the series. Further, when you actually go further into the series, though, the special ops elites are all camouflage. So I love how they combine the two here. That's pretty awesome. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to see if I can maybe capture the flag this time. Come on, get out. Let me try it with this Warthog. The chain gun Warthog seems to work a lot better. Now, one of the things I've done in the past is I actually put turrets on top of the bases so I could help mortar the other side, which does help quite a bit. But this, again, I've got a long way to go. Fortunately, man, that Jackal almost got me there. Maybe it's a good thing in this particular game the Jackals can't plasma pistol your Warthog and EMP it at the same time. So I think I heard my Warthog getting nuked out there. Yep, okay, we're going to see if we can get in there. Come on, we're almost there. Oh, and of course I had to park near a rock. Just look at that. Such a terrible move. It's a good thing I don't have any teammates here, otherwise I'd be getting lit up in chat right now. I am so terrible at this, but it's so much fun at the same time. This is just one big battle here. I like how some of the Marines are just kind of chill. They're sitting back at the base, just waiting for you to lead them and lead the charge straight into battle here. Now, as you can see, they don't drive, which is probably a good thing. Now, it is entirely possible to get AI to drive on this map if you want to. I've actually tried to get Covenant in vehicles before, and it does work. The only problem is because there's no animation for them to be sitting in the Warthog, they end up standing in the driver's seat as well as the passenger seat. It looks really weird, but they're also super accurate with the chain gun as well, and that's no fun. You can barely make it out of the base before they actually start to take you down. So since the Warthog gave us a little bit of cover here, I'm going to see if maybe that's enough. Of course, I just happened to park it right between the door. Oh, come on. Get in. Oh, too much. Too much. The Warthog, I think, just tapped me a little bit. That's one of the major flaws. One of the few ones I'll say about Halo Combat Evolved is if a vehicle just taps you, that's it. It's sort of a running joke with that game. Okay, well, okay, so there's Jenkins right there with the sniper rifle. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I couldn't get through with the Warthogs. I'm going to see if I can go the classic route and see if I can just sneak around via the tunnels. This was always my favorite way to capture the flag back in Halo PC when I was doing online games. I would just, for whatever reason, I could do this almost every time and no one would think to look for the tunnels. This tunnel, I mean, obviously you guys have played this map before. You know that especially when it comes to going towards the blue team, the blue base, the tunnel comes out pretty much right behind the base. And so you can see the Covenant charging into battle right there. They don't have their eyes on you because they're expecting you to come into vehicle straight at the base, so no one's paying attention to the tunnel. I remember a game where I got like 2 out of the 3 captures, and finally that's how long it took them to figure out that was the direction I'm coming. So I'm taking my time here. The Covenant have not noticed me yet. I guess most of them are out in the battlefield at this point. So I'm going to slowly sneak around and see if I can get behind the base, and maybe I can take one of these Warthogs in the back. That Grunt, I'm afraid he's looking in my direction. He's not quite yet. So I'm going to see if I can slowly park this behind the base. Okay, so he sees me there, but maybe I can finally get the flag. Okay, so I parked it so that I can easily drive off with it. Hopefully there's not too many Covenant back here. I'm already getting shot at by an elite, but we're going to see if we can make this anyway. All right, so we're going to take the side here. Don't see any real major Covenant over here. There's just the one Jackal, and he did manage to take down my shields, but I don't see anything else over here. I think we're home free. I think I can actually capture the flag on this one. Yes! All right, make sure there's nothing in the base. Hopefully no Covenant got here, and finally a score. So this is what Firefight is. This is what my dream Firefight would be like for Halo Combat Evolved. I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about this. Is this something you would play? I mean, to me, this is something that I could play for hours, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section below. And I want to take a moment to thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to sit down and watch this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I hope you'll consider subscribing for more great content right here on MythicTyrant.com. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'll catch you all right back here next time. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.